What are you doing?
Being interviewed.
Oh, that's a lot of pressure. Huh?
It is a lot of pressure.
Oh, especially if I'm interviewing you. I'm gonna ask the hard questions that all of them want to know.
I will refer you to my manager. Oh, you're my manager.
That's
You're
odd.
gonna have to answer your own hard questions.
Crap, I didn't think this one through.
Yeah, that was tough.
I'm Pamela.
I'm Jerry.
And this is Life is Trail Running. Our running vlog for this week is going to be a mix of his last run before the race, which was last Sunday, and me asking him some questions about his history of running and about the race.
And me possibly answering some of those questions.
Or maybe not, and then referring it to your manager.
Yeah, we'll see. So what do you want to know?
Oh boy. What do I want to know? There's so many things I want to know. Although there's so many things I already know, but they don't know. So let's start from the beginning.
I work in banking, which is boring.
That's really boring.
Yeah.
Yeah. What got you into running?
Well, I've always been an athlete. You know, played sports in high school, played basketball, rec league for years and years. And so running was just something I did to get in shape to do something else, more fun. Then in about 1997, I met a woman and she was a runner and she taught me to run with pace instead of just always running all out.
Oh, like go out and just like full out sprint and that's a run.
The first time I went running, after I met her, I was like, I can't even run a mile and a half. It's because I tried to sprint for a mile and a half. That wasn't smart. So the next weekend, she took me to a track and we ran 6 miles, and it was kind of easy because it was paced. So she was training for the New York City Marathon, and I thought, well, that's insane. Only like people from Kenya run marathons, like regular people don't run. And she did, and so did about 30,000 other people. So I volunteered to work at the next year's New York City Marathon, and I handed out yogurt to everyone who finished the race if they wanted it. And I just saw the people just coming and coming, like 30,000 people, and there were just average people. And I thought, maybe this is something that I could do. So I trained, and the next year I ran a marathon.
Wow, that's impressive. Side note, he's being nice. The woman that helped him was his ex-girlfriend. It's okay. That's the only thing she did good for you.
Wow.
Bam! So before that, though, you just ran to stay in shape for sports.
Stay in shape for mostly basketball.
Did you like running when you had to do it?
No, it was horrible.
So now that you learned pacing, and you decided, okay, I think I can run a marathon. How many marathons have you run?
3.
And which ones were they?
I ran the Wineglass Marathon in New York State. I ran the Adirondack Marathon in New York State, and I also ran the New York City Marathon in 2001.
And what other races have you run?
Oh, the Boilermaker, which if you followed this channel, you will have seen a previous thing. It's a local 15K. It's a pretty big deal. 15,000 people run it. I've run probably 10 or 12 of those. Several half marathons.
And you did some in New York City, correct? You did some smaller races when you were trying to get into New York City.
Yeah, you had to run 9 races if you were a member of the Road Runners Club, the New York Road Runners Club, and you could automatically get into the New York City Marathon. So that's what I did. I ran a half marathon in each borough and just various other races.
Were there time restrictions for that, or was it just you just had to run it and complete it?
Just run and complete the
race,
and as long as you did 9 races, you could get in.
Wow.
Which is better than waiting through the lottery system.
Why then am I interviewing you now about
that's a good question. Why?
Yeah.
Well, because today is Wednesday, August 7th, and on Saturday, August 10th, I'm going to run my first ultra. I'm going to run a 50K.
What made you think you wanted to do that?
Well, I really blame cable TV.
Okay.
Well, the lack of. We got rid of cable like 2 or 3 years ago because it's just too expensive and everything on it is crap and we don't care.
It's really the best thing ever.
Yeah.
We got rid of it.
And then we're like, oh no, what are we going to do? You know, so we have Netflix and Amazon Prime and YouTube. So we went onto YouTube and we just started following a whole bunch of different runners on YouTube. And we found Run Steep, Get High by Jamil Curry. And we watched every one of his Steep Life vlogs, whatever he calls them, Run Steep, Get High vlogs. And we watched them again, and we watched them again.
We keep watching them, so.
We enjoy watching them, and we're just watching all these people run all these distances. And it's like, just like I thought with the marathon. Oh, that's something that other people do, you know, not us. We just love trail running, and we would just go over and run 5, 8, 10 miles on a weekend or whatever, you know, a few times during the week, and we had fun with that. And then, you know, we watched all these vlogs and we thought, well, I thought, I wonder if I could do that. A 50K is 31 miles. It's only 5 miles more than a marathon.
Yeah, and you've done several
and
marathons.
I've done 3 marathons, so why couldn't I do this?
When did you change your mind about road running and kind of convert over to trail running?
Probably 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I always kind of wanted to trail run, but
that ex-girlfriend of his really poo-pooed on that idea.
So we did.
I didn't.
We did a lot of road running, and then when I met her, she started running. We were doing road running. Then we moved to a place where we were close to a park that had a whole bunch of trails, and we started going over there because running on the roads can be a little dangerous at times, and just fell in love with running on the trail.
Captain Trips.
Captain Trips, that's my nickname.
So how did you get your nickname?
Because I fall down a lot. Okay, so this gets a little technical maybe, but about 7 years ago, 8 years ago, I had a condition called transverse myelitis, which means the fluid around my spine swelled and it cut off the nerves to my lower body so that I could barely walk, I couldn't pee, I had to go to the hospital. I spent a week in the hospital. They gave me steroids, injections every day for 5 days. They told me I may never walk again. They told me I probably wouldn't run again. And I did. I got over it. So what happened after was that when the spine unswelled, that was fine, but it caused permanent nerve damage below my waist. So there are times when I'm running where I can't necessarily feel all my muscles. My foot will sometimes, especially my right one, it will, when it's running, when it comes back up, it just won't come back up and it just kind of hangs there and I hit roots and rocks and that kind of stuff. So I tend to fall or trip a lot because I have the nerve damage.
Which, if you think about it, the fact that you're still running is a good thing. I mean, the doctors were pretty serious and clear that you probably weren't ever going to run again.
And maybe not even walk again.
Yeah, just be happy if you walked again. So they did end up telling you, though, that you probably were able to walk again because you were in such good shape.
Because I kept, I eat well, I keep myself in shape, so that probably helped a lot, is what the doctor said.
But no one really knows why it happened or how it happened, and it can just happen that way. It just occurs. It's rare, but it happens. Now, along with your transverse myelitis and your nerve damage, which causes your leg to kind of lapse a little bit, or you don't have full feeling in your leg muscles, you also have a heart condition.
Yeah. I found out about 3 years ago that I have AFib. I would say arterial fibrillation, but I don't know how to pronounce it. So we'll say AFib. So what happens is my heart rate spikes, sometimes just like really spikes, like 200 or more, for no apparent reason. There are times when I'm out running, if I can keep everything smooth and not too fast and don't work the heart too hard, I can keep everything going. But sometimes when I'm going up hills or things like that, the heart rate will spike even beyond, people will say like, oh, my max heart rate is 180 or whatever, and they try to keep their training at 160 or whatever the numbers are. There are times when my heart rate will spike for no apparent reason, and I'll be halfway up a hill and just be like, and then I have to kind of take it easy for a little bit, let the heart rate calm back down, start running, and usually I can keep things modulated. Well, stress can trigger it, but I try to live my life pretty stress-free, which I think I do, except for like these interviews. The press is always after me for interviews.
Mr. Van Ass.
Yes. Could you pardon me, sir, could you tell? So there are issues that I have now. I'm not saying that like, oh, everyone feels sorry for me because I have these issues. There are people that have way worse, that run way better, way faster than me. I'm just saying that these are things that I deal with when I run.
But it's a good thing. You're still running. You're still moving. It doesn't stop you.
And I love the running, even though I might not love it about 12 o'clock on Saturday, because I'll be like 28 miles into this race maybe, or maybe only 23. Who even knows? I probably won't be loving running then.
And how are you feeling about it? Are you nervous or excited?
I would say I'm obviously a little nervous. I haven't run a marathon since 2001, so you do the math.
Well, that's 18 years.
18 years, see? I'll be able to finish this. Even if I had to walk the entire 31 miles, I would still get in and under the 14 hours. So the only thing that would make me nervous is ego, because you want to go like, how fast can I do this? Oh, I hope I can do it in this. I wish I could do it in that. If I have a good day, can I do it in this? That kind of stuff. So that's really the only nervous thing is, will my ego be happy with me when I'm done?
Do you feel that you're training-wise prepared for this?
Yeah, I'm in pretty good shape. So just to put it out there, when I first started thinking about running this, I was crunching numbers and trying to do stuff, and I'm like, I would hope that I could do it in 6 hours. Mm-hmm. Then the more I ran, the more I did the course. The race I'm going to do is 4 8-mile loops, 4 7.5-mile loops. So I would practice running those loops, and I started looking at my times, and I'm going, 6 hours isn't going to happen. So maybe I can run it in 7, and then, keep training, keep doing stuff, and I'm like, 7 is going to be probably the best I can do, but now I hope for less than 8. So right now, where I am is, I'll take anything less than 8 and closer to 7.
Okay. And for these lovely folks, what race are you running?
I'm running the Green Lakes Endurance Run in Green Lake State Park in Fayetteville, DeWitt, one of those two towns.
Whatever town that's considered.
Near Syracuse in New York State.
What time does the race start?
Starts at 8. Nope, it doesn't start at 8. It starts at 6 in the morning. I kind of wish it started at 8.
No, you'll be done sooner.
Oh, yeah, I'll be done sooner. So starts at 6 in the morning, so I hope to be done by 2.
Who's crewing for you?
Ta-da! She's going to crew for me, which means that every hour and a half, 45 minutes, I'm going to come back and she's going to throw some water bottles at me and some goo at me, and I'm going to go like, I'm so tired, and she's going to go, yeah, I don't care, get out of here.
Is that what I'm going to do?
Yeah, because I'm going to be all like, oh, this is so hard, I don't know if I can do it. She's going to go, suck it up, Buttercup, get out there and finish this race.
I actually do say suck it up, Buttercup, so he will hear that.
She's good, yeah, so I'm going to have to at least go like, no, I'm doing fine, and then get 100 yards down the path and go like, oh, God.
And what are you using for energy? What's going to be your energy source?
Well, I'm going to use as much tailwind as I can.
Okay.
And we bought some Spring Energy.
Yep.
Where is it, Spring Energy?
Oh, it's in the cabinet, along with the chips that I've been hiding from you, which you're also going to want to.
Oh, that's right,
the accidental airbag chips.
Accidental airbag chips that I might want. So I'm going to use Tailwind, Spring Energy, Canterbury gels, and if I need solid food, maybe some of those chips.
Maybe some oranges.
Oranges, orange juice, something like that, just to keep me going. I've tried the gels. I've tried running after eating the chips. I use Tailwind all the time. Nothing seems to bother, or none of those things seem to bother my stomach, so I think I'll be fine. My other plan is to walk a lot.
Well, they do say though, right? Your first ultra, walk all the hills, which I think is great because your goal is just to finish.
Yeah, the goal for the first one is just to finish.
Now you say first one. Do you have plans for another?
Oh God. The Many on the Jenny, which is a 40-mile race that we swept the first 20 miles. And part of the benefit of doing that sweeping is that we get free entry into next year's race if we want.
Yeah. So we will see. I'm not one to run races just because they do make me panic and make me very nervous.
Not just panic.
It's bad. It's really, really bad. So I don't know. We will have to see.
But here's the thing that I've noticed about ultra runners is that they train for their first one and they go like, that was hard, I'm never doing that again. And then a minute later, they're signing up for their next one. And that usually goes from people running, like 5Ks, and then they run 10Ks, and then they run half marathons, and they run marathons, then they run a 50K, then a 50-miler, and then some of them go up to 100 miles. This is kind of good because if I do the next step up, it would only be 40 miles, not a 50-miler. And to me, going from 30 to 50 seems pretty daunting. But going from 30
to
40 seems a little more doable. And then the next year, possibly going, well, I've done 40, I can do 50.
Yeah.
So we'll see if that progression continues. But there was a time about a week and a half ago where I'm like, it's not worth training for races. I just like running for fun. Why am I even doing this? But I haven't even run the race yet, and I'm already thinking about the next one.
Is there anything else you'd like to let everybody know? We'll be doing a race video.
The race day weather, sounds good. High of 74.
Yeah.
Partly cloudy, partly sunny.
And I don't think it'll be humid. I think the humidity is going to break by then. So
possible chance of rain and 10 to 20 mile an hour wind, which when you're up on the Serengeti, which is the upper part, that's just, there's no trees to block the sun or anything, having a breeze will be really nice. So it sounds like I'm going to have pretty good weather for the race. I think
you are. The next bit of footage is from his run this past weekend. It was his last run, big run before the race. And he kind of goes through how he's feeling. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, you can comment below. If you're going to be running the GLUR, comment below. Let us know. We'll definitely see you there. And any runners, just so you're aware, I give free hugs. So anybody that needs a hug, I don't care how sweaty and gross you are, stop on over.
And any runner that's going to be running, just know you will be on camera and you will be on YouTube.
Oh yeah, because you're going to be asking people and talking to people.
I'm trying to talk to some people while we're doing. At the beginning, I have the camera up and then see everyone that's running. She's going to have people running at the camera.
Yep.
You're going to be on YouTube, so everyone smile and dress nicely. I don't know.
But thank you for watching.
Yeah,
if
thanks.
you like this video, you can hit the like button. You can also subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notified every time we upload. And you can also hit us up on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Life is Trail Running. And we will see you out there this weekend running the dirt.
Run the GLUR.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, here I go. My last training run before the race. It's Sunday, August 4th. And I'm just gonna do a nice one lap of the GLER course just to keep myself loose and limber, and we'll see what happens. So humid. No breeze. Cloudy everywhere. Except right where I am right now. Yay! Okay, I'm gonna talk a little strategy here. There are 5 hills on this course that I'm going to walk every single lap. Well, sure, a mile left in the run, and now the breeze picks up. Oh well. Still, nice day. Well, that was it, my last official training run for the GLUR, Green Lakes Endurance Run. I don't know, I feel like I should be all carnival barker about it, like, hey, yeah, everybody, yeah, look at that, woo, isn't this cool, I'm all done with the training, woo, but Pamela says I'm emotionally dead inside, and that's probably true. So that was it, the last training run. We'll see how the race goes. Stay tuned.
Thank you so much for walking. Walking?
Yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot of walking.
Thank you so much for walking.